Hey guys, we're back here, 0 hour, and we are ready for Aries 10 coming up here in just about a week. And today we've got one half of the main event joining us, Samantha Buttery on the line with us. Man, Jeff Hobbs with me as well. Jeff, Samantha going for the first ever Aries Female Championship. I'm excited for it. We spoke to her opponent, Mary Rosenbeck. That video is here on the channel. So excited to talk to Samantha today.
Yeah, how exciting can it be that we finally have reached that point now? The ladies are getting the spotlight. We're going to give one of these young ladies a nice gold strap at the end of the night, and I couldn't be more excited to find out who the hell's taking it home.
Samantha, how's it going? We're about a week out. You ready to rock and roll?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready to rock. Always ready.
Nice. Oh yeah. So you're undefeated coming into this 3-0, all finishes at this point. Mary's going to be the most experienced opponent that you've faced to date. Let's talk a little bit about it. What are your thoughts on this matchup? 5 rounds potentially, main event, our first ever female main event, first ever female title. So I'm excited. I know that Joe's going to be lit. What are your thoughts on this matchup, Mary? With 9 fights coming into your 3.
Well, here's the thing. So I've been competing jiu-jitsu and going to like major tournaments and all that for 6 years now. So going the experience wise, I don't think I'm scared of that at all. Like I stay in fight shape. I constantly work. My cardio is the best it's ever been. I'm ready for those 5 rounds if it has to lead to that, and I'm taking it home. So.
Very confident. I like to see it. Of course, they're at Pedigo Submissions up in Kentucky. They're definitely a very renowned BJJ squad, very highly decorated grapplers. So far that, you've shown that to be kind of your bread and butter. Mary, on the other hand, shown for the most part to be more kind of a brawler. She's very tough, very gritty, hard to put away. Stand in the pocket and slug if she can, but she has changed teams now. She's at Militia MMA now with Tom Galicchio, so says she has been working on her grappling. Is that still an aspect of the fight that you think you'll have the advantage?
Yes, my grappling is not like any other. I can brawl too. I can scrap. I don't think nothing about her game scares me at all because I've been working on my stand-up, my striking game for over a year now. And I didn't really get to show that in my last fight as much as I wanted to. I wanted to stand up with her the whole entire time. And I could have took her down to the ground like 3 or 4 times there, but I really wanted to showcase my boxing and what I've learned and all that over the past year.
That's something that I noticed actually in the last fight, even though it only went the 1 round and she didn't come out for the second round. You did show a lot more striking than you had in the past.
Yeah, I wanted to stand on my feet the whole entire time. Like there was times I could have closed in and took her down. Like I think there's probably 3 good opportunities, but I just really wanted to showcase what I learned on my feet.
Jeff, you've been there for both of Samantha's fights up this way. It's always an exciting affair. She's got a nice little entourage that comes along with her, and it's not your typical female fighter we get with Samantha Buttery. She's she's kind of not so rough around the edges, I guess we'll say, as some of the others we deal with.
Yeah, and she's also an entertainer. She knows that she's there.
She knows to entertain. That's right.
To entertain the crowd. Samantha, I know you talk about your opponent's skill set and your skill set, but one thing about Mary that is hard to take account for, and I think will be a difference between this opponent and your past opponents, is you've been able to break the will, I would say, of your past opponents. And Mary is what I call that Terminator 2, the machine that just keeps on coming. How are you, like I said, preparing for your opponent's skill set is one thing, but how are you preparing for that just never say die kind of attitude that Mary Rosenbeck brings to the table? She's hard to stop. She's hard to knock out of there. She's hard to get her to break.
Well, there's the thing, is I am the same way. So this is going to be very interesting. I think that even though we both have the same mindset in the game, I think I'll come up on top. I think I'll break her.
Do you think that's something that the casual fan does not realize about you, Samantha? That yes, let's the elephant in the room. you're a very attractive girl, you're a very attractive fighter, but that people don't look at you sometimes. They see definitely the skill, but they don't look at you as a fucking warrior, as someone that is willing to put all this on the line and come out not looking the same as you did when you came into the fight, that you're willing to go there. Do you think that's
Oh
someone?
yeah. Like everybody looks at me and is like, "You're not a fighter. You don't do that. You don't get in the cage." Well, yeah, I do. I do get in the cage. I don't care about my looks. Like, I'm not someone that's worried about what I look like all the time or anything like that. I am a warrior and I'm a fighter and I'm like a Spartan. I don't give up. I go
The
in there.
scars are cool, Samantha. Scars are cool. People like them.
I like scars. I like battle wounds. I think they're pretty cool. They're gnarly.
They tell stories.
Character.
They tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
So Samantha, we've talked already, about possibly a pro debut coming up within the next year or so, even sooner maybe. What are things looking like, with a win here? Is this something that you're still kind of inching towards that professional turn? You've already you're undefeated at this point, 3-0. If you win this one, you'd be 4-0. Time isn't necessarily on your side as it is with some of these girls that are 19, 20 years old. Is it going to be a situation where you're looking to make that leap with a win here, or are you just going to kind of see how things play out? Is there any kind of goal or game plan going on here?
So me and my team have talked about it, and my age, I'm older than most girls that are in the fight game. Most start early. I started later in my life due to circumstances that was out of my control, and so I think we've been talking about it, like going. If I win it, well, I am going to win this one. But if I win this one, we are going to maybe look at the possibilities of turning pro and going ahead and starting my pro card.
Nice.
So we can see where that goes and try to get my goals in line aligned with my age.
Yeah,
So.
I definitely, that makes sense. You're also a bar owner up there in the Corbin area, Kentucky. So tell us a little bit about that. Have you ever had to break up a fight in the bar and people, or do people kind of like know that you're a bit of a hidden badass and don't try to mess around?
Well, a lot of people don't mess with me, but we have the occasional dudes that are just like, think they're Billy Badass and all that, and then everybody's amazed by the way I handle the situations. Like, I'll go in, I'll pin them down, and I'm like, "Are you gonna stop? If you're gonna stop, I'll let you go."
Yeah.
And a lot of people like that about my establishment is that all of my security guards are actually under my jiu-jitsu program under Pedigo Submission Fighting. So everybody is trained and we know how to handle situations at the bar. So that's pretty nice. And not only do I own the bar, like I own and operate 3 family businesses in Florida too. So I'm a pretty busy lady.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, who knows? Maybe we may see some Aries fights up that way down the road. It's something we've talked about in the past, and maybe we can iron out the wrinkles to get some Aries up your way and have some legal fighting in the bar that is actually encouraged by the owner. How about that?
Yes. I would love that. I would love to see fighting in my own bar that is legal.
Well,
Struggle pedals.
We're definitely excited for this title fight, Samantha. Excited to have you in the main event. We're about a week out. It's going down at the Cotton Eye Joe in Knoxville, Tennessee, Friday, July the 8th. You can get your tickets at fightertix.com. You can watch the pay-per-view at combatcast.tv. Samantha, is there anybody you want to give any shout-outs to? Any friends, family, training partner, sponsors? If you want to give some love to, then let's hear it.
Well, I want to give a shout out to all my Pedigo Submission Fighting group. I love you guys. Thanks for all you do for me. And I want to give a shout out to Jerry Loughran for working with me on my striking for as long as he has. He puts up with a lot, putting up with me. And big shout out to my best friend Kyra. She's always there for me. And shout out to my family and my friends that always support me and come to my fights and my little crazy entourage. And I think that's about it. I'm just excited, and I want to thank everybody that's coming to watch me and support me at this fight.
Tell the fans out there why they need to be there next Friday. What are they going to be in for?
You are going to be in for a battle royale between two Spartan-minded females that don't give up.
Hey, can't beat that. Hopefully we get a war. I think we may be in for several rounds of violence here to end the night, and I'm stoked for it. Hey Samantha, we appreciate the time. We look forward to seeing you next week, and best of skills in that fight.
Thank you. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Absolutely. We'll see you next week, Samantha.
See you next week.